you all in on a little secret. I know the exact thing you can do if you want to be a better problem solver, have more first-hand primary knowledge about the world, and if you want to be a more culturally aware person. Not only that, but it's one of the only experiences in this life where you can spend money and that you will receive a beneficial payoff every single year afterward for the rest of your life. So what is this magical event that can do all of that and more? Well, that, my friends, is a study abroad. A little over a year ago, I embarked on a journey that changed the way I thought, learned, and it helped me realize what I wanted to spend my life doing. I went on a BYU study abroad to London, and I loved every second of it. While I was there, I walked along the River Thames. I went to 27 different musical events. I saw beautiful art, and I learned I actually cared about beautiful art, and I fell in love with life and with learning. I would give anything if more college students could have the same experiences that I did, but the sad truth is that only 10% of United States college students go on a study abroad. We need to change the thinking from a study abroad is only for certain types of students and turn it into a priority for all United States college students to go on a study abroad, because we need more college graduates who are self-motivated for a postgraduate degree, have more passion in their academic pursuits, and have a different perspective of the world than was once offered before. When I talk to my friends about why they haven't been on a study abroad, the conversation usually goes, yeah, I would love to go on a study abroad, but, followed by one of these three reasons. Number one, a study abroad is too expensive for me to afford. Number two, a study abroad is just going to put me behind in school. And number three, I just don't think there's much of a payoff behind a study abroad. So let's talk. Number one, a study abroad is too expensive for me to afford. Now this is a given, and I do think that if it was more affordable, then it would become a priority for a lot more college students to study abroad, but I also think that this is an easy out. I'd argue that in life, we prioritize what we think is going to benefit us most. I mean, we're all here at a private 4-year university, paying tuition, or we have scholarships to hopefully earn a degree to get our dream jobs, right? Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but just having a degree is not going to get you your dream job. It's going to be your knowledge and your personality traits combined that are. So in a study done by H Career, they asked the head Fortune 500 employers the top 4 personality traits they look for in potential employees. And those are, number one, a comfortable competence. Number two, a willingness to learn. Number three, adaptability. And number 4, flexibility. These are all personality traits that we learn when we are out of our comfort zones. And what better way to learn something like that than when you're in a foreign country where everything is different? So I agree, a study abroad is an investment, but aren't you worth investing in? Isn't your future worth investing in? I think it is. The second argument I hear is that a study abroad is just going to put me behind in school. I can't tell you how many of my friends that I've talked to that have said that this is the reason why they won't go on a study abroad, and I can't help but hopelessly disagree. Not only are there different study abroads provided throughout the different majors that would only propel your education forward, but I also think that there's nothing that we learn that would ever put us behind. So my study abroad to London was purely just interest-based, mostly my interest in Prince Harry, but it changed everything for me because while we were there, we were required to enroll in British literature, and my excitement level was about this big. But the good news is that all changed when I got to learn about William Shakespeare at his birthplace, or when I got to learn about Jane Austen at the exact spot where she found her inspiration for Mr. Darcy, or when we got to go to the place where King James I of England commissioned the King James Bible. I loved what I was learning so much that I decided to come home and add on an English minor to my degree because I want nothing more than to continue it. The last argument I hear is that there's just no payoff behind a study abroad. Well, in a study done by IES International, a top leading study abroad company, they sent out a survey to their students 20 years later looking for what they learned on their study abroad. And here are some statistics. I quote, "After studying abroad, most students never view their education the same way again. 80% of their respondents said that increased their interest in academic study and that they returned home with a vigor and a renewed interest in lifelong learning. 52% of their students said that they came home and they decided to go on to earn a postgraduate degree, something that they never thought they would earn before. And in a study done by Fox Business, did you know that having a postgraduate degree will earn you on average 20% more in your career? I mean, there's your investment cost right there. And not only that, but 96% of their students said that a study abroad increased their self-confidence, a trait I'll remind you was #1 most looked for from our head Fortune 500 employers. So what are you waiting for? In one of my favorite books, there's a line that reads, "You only get one life. It's actually your duty to live it as fully as possible." Now is the time to live boldly, learn who we are, and to find our paths. At 27 Palace Court in London, that's where my life changed for good. Where is yours going to be? It's time to go and find out.